this one right here, Fizzler, Mood, and you got him coming around with this one right here coming, especially with this one coming in a strengthly thing, and then you got his explainer coming into it. So you got the explainer coming into it, with the just him, having his whole thing, and him, having his whole or blanc tits, and all the other stuff. But you got the main one though, him coming into it with Mood and his whole other, slantless and all these other strandless things coming into it, especially with the Mood, cause you got the main thriller, you got the main thriller coming into it, especially with this whole, Skriller. So, you could kind of say, his whole thriller and all these other squirrelets.
She's in my passy doing up cute. My boo has turned when she entered the room, cause she golden like my boots. She's pulling the zoot, gelato fumes, now she's in my mood. And when she's in my arms, she calls it a mood. She's in my passy doing up cute. My boo has turned when she entered the room, cause she golden like my boots. She's pulling the zoot, gelato fumes, now she's in my mood. And when she's in my arms, she calls it a mood. Shout out my R.O.D. She hates when I fish for them. Just like COD, she wants me at crib, no MTV. She complains when I get the read. I just tell her that I'll give you love 3 days strong, car love you, cause she golden like my boots. She's pulling the zoot, gelato fumes, now she's in my mood. And when she's in my arms, she calls it a mood. Shout out my R.O.D. She hates when I fish for them. Just like COD, she wants me at crib, no MTV. She complains when I get the read. I just tell her that I'll give you love 3 days strong, car love ain't made for the weak. That girl over there be
Ooh, love ain't made for the weak, with the whole thing, how we just put it like to the zoo, to the move, to the whole thing, like how we just say, it's not for the weak, it's not for the other exclusion, like how it goes and how it just refocus, like, hey, he said some refocusing stuff, like he said love is not for the weak, and everything else, the zoo to the clues and all these other stuff, and with everything else going on, and this whole just meta station, with the whole thing coming into it, him putting his zoo to, a different kind of zook and classicism, like that's some classroom like just resistance.
babe, so I can't treat her no normal way. Them girls ain't like you, they're fake, so just like cake, they need to bake. She's more than a pretty face, and she's naughty when she comes my place. My D game blows her mind, nothing like JFK. She's in my passy doing up cute. My boo has turned when she entered the room, cause she golden like my boots. She's pulling the zoot.
Ooh, and he said she's golden in my boots, it's nothing like JSK, hey. Like the whole just kidding thing, it's nothing like that, it's another way around it. Like you got your whole other way around it. You got your whole type of, other way around, the skits and the villains and all these other things, what he said, instead of saying it this way, you put it into a different, like he put it, like you got that other zone, that other zone kid, like, like nothing like the rest. It's like something else with another, like, just a sclappiness, like happiness or sclappiness.
A lot of fumes, now she's in my mood. And when she's in my arms, she calls it a mood. She's in my passy doing up cute. My boo has turned when she entered the room, cause she golden like my boots. She's pulling the zoot, gelato fumes, now she's in my mood. And when she's in my arms, she calls it a mood. I took her crepes and cones, cause the food and our sweet stuff. She wanted some ghetto love, that's why the bed she's coming all rough. She says I should stay with the rap, she's the only one that can have me cuffed. She says that I'm a star dog, I ain't talking buds. She was there first time that I went on a train. I bolted up like Usain, hit their cats with her favourite line. Then I took money up front like a claim. She saw me flat on my face, so she understands my pain. Her body be a murder, late night side investigate. Can't talk on my doggy, then 2-man step like I'm moving a party. Same way you can't talk on my shawty.
Ooh, like 2-step, like walking in a party. See, the whole thing, how it's just coming, how it's just glowing. Like, he got it glowing off another thing. You have that one person that's always like, he has it, Flossie, and then you got the one person that's always keeping it, Strati, like they're always keeping it going. They always keeping it stolen, like all kinds of stuff, like. And another thing, like they keeping it, rusing, really rusing, and that main, Strobel, like, with it just coming with another Strobel, they keeping it Strobel, especially with the, the stroll it.
Been charged up for my chargy, cause they were there from way back when, Tweenies and Barneys. So now I can't switch up, I just pray we all chop like a ratty. She's in my passy doing up cute. My boo has turned when she entered the room, cause she golden like my boots. She's pulling the zoot, gelato fumes, now she's in my mood. And when she's in my arms, she calls it a mood. She's in my passy doing up cute. My boo has turned when she entered the room, cause she golden like my boots. She's pulling the zoot, gelato fumes, now she's in my mood. And when she's in my arms, she calls it a mood.
Hey, but with this whole part right here and this whole thing going on, like, hey, you got the mood part coming into it with Fish, like his main thing, especially with everything else coming into it, like he just had it on another explain it thing, like, especially with Valentine's Day hitting too, especially Valentine hit it another day, like it hit it a whole nother separated, day and stuff like that, with the all these other, lists and all this other stuff, like you got it coming around in different artists and all that stuff, especially with this one right here, because he said ain't no JLK, is more than twisting it from another films, and then especially with everything else like coming into it, so it's like, you got your main things coming into it, especially with this right here and everything else, shout out to all the other peak knots and all these other Struce stuff coming into it, mainly coming in with just a jurisdics, especially with his stuff, because he just has it on another, scrophis thing, but like, comment, check it out for you guys self, and with the just his whole scrosis